What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Fish with Colton. We got my boy Timmy. We had to stop at McDonald's to get us a little snack, but we're going to the FLW weigh-ins down here at Grand Lake. Yeah, it's a little something different, so stay tuned.
All right, here we go. In 10th place from Grove, Oklahoma. He just finished in the last stop a few weeks ago in Bainbridge, Georgia at Seminole Lake in 3rd place. He weighed in 14.5 on day 1, 10.7 on day 2, and yesterday he caught 14 pounds and 13 ounces. He squeaked in over Bailey Boutries by 1 ounce into the top 10 in 10th place. Let's hear it for Grove, Oklahoma's Sheldon Collins. Well, one of two things has happened. Either a tournament official is back there holding your bag of fish, or you swung for some serious fences today and may have struck out.
Oh, I've got about 30 pounds back there. I just didn't want to carry it up.
I got you. Hey, listen, this is why they call this sport fishing, man. But listen, you're back-to-back top 10s championship Sundays for you. You're in contention to win at Seminole. Had a great event there, and you follow that up at home with a top 10 championship Sunday. The ball is rolling forward for Sheldon Collins, even though you didn't catch any fish today.
This the last month has been a very blessed month for me, and Seminole was a great event, and then coming here I had that momentum going, and I didn't think I'd make the top 10, but everything worked out, and I guess I should have fell in today to catch a fish. I don't know, but it was a good day out there. If I could go back and change anything, I wouldn't. I ran all the stuff I needed to. I just couldn't catch fish today. Simple as that.
That's the way God loved this, man. He's owning it. No excuses. This is the way it is. That's part of fishing sometimes. That's class. And that's integrity is what that is. All right, man. So listen, we'll keep this momentum train going. Last year you were a rookie and you led the Polaris Rookie of the Year points race all the way up to the last event, and you went on and pushed your ticket to the FLW Cup. This is the road to the Cup, just 4 hours down the road.
Yeah, that Forest Wood Cup is what every angler out here shoots for, and just being 21 years old and being out here competing against guys that I've grew up watching. I've dreamed about it since I've been 5 years old, and just being here in my hometown in front of all my friends and family, it's a blessing. It's awesome. That's what it's all about, man. Well, hey, listen, this is your time. Any final words for a great crowd? I know a lot of these folks come out to see you today, or anybody anywhere in the world watching on FLW Live. It's your time, Sheldon. I'd just like to thank the whole crowd. This is incredible seeing everyone out here. And then I have a special thanks to my best friend, Matt Southern. Yesterday in the rain, I mean, he followed me all week long. And he cheered me on every fish I caught. So that kept me going today, was hearing him. He told me today at noon, he said, Sheldon, hey. I said, how's it going, Matt? He said, I just want you to know I love you, man. I was like, man, that's cool. So that's what you need to hear about that time. Yeah, exactly. But all my friends and family out here, thank you very much. It's awesome being here. So I'll let you guys get this weigh-in on the road. There you go. He's a rock star, man. Sheldon Collins. Let's hear it. In his second year on the FLW Tour, back-to-back top 10s. And that means 1 down. We've got 9 to go. Here we go. Next up. He is from Centerville, Alabama. One of the few anglers in professional bass fishing that has fished the TH Marine BFL All-American in his career. He's fished the TBF National Championship in his career. He's fished the Bassmasters Classic in his career. And he has fished the FLW Cup in his career. Centerville, Alabama's Jamie Horton. I know this will be your song. All right, man, before we start hearing from Jamie Horton, we're going to get down to business, Jamie. These fish are in water in a black bag. We don't know what he's got, but I can tell you before you start weighing them, here's the stat line for the week. On day 1, Jamie Horton, the Alabama pro, weighed in 13 pounds, 14 ounces. Day 2, 19 even. Yesterday, I think he had 3 fish that weighed 8-12. 3 days, he's amassed 41 pounds and 10 ounces of Grand Lake bass, had him in 9th place. To take the lead from Shelby, North Carolina's Brian Thrift, you need just 10 pounds, 8 ounces. We'll weigh them in 1 at a time. Here we go, Jamie, 1 at a time.
You've had 10-8, 2 of the 3 days this week. Number 1 is a good one. That is the first one. That gets you on the board. That one's going to get you at 1. Looks like 111 is the first one.
That's it. That's not.
That fish weighs 1 pound 11 ounces, Jamie. That's got you up to 6th place with 43.5. You never know about these guys, man. That's great. All right, Jamie. Hey, listen. Let's talk real business. I just want you to know that it's a tough weigh-in for me today. I know you're a big sports guy. I know you. What were you going to bring up?
I think that team on the other side of the state had a good day today.
That would be Auburn, right?
I'm not going to say it.
You never say their name, man. Yeah, they beat my UK Wildcats in overtime today. Kind of upset us there, so we're not going. I'm from Kentucky. In Kentucky, we don't really have we got a good basketball team. We got a really good basketball team, and we struggled today.
Yeah, you know, I don't follow basketball. I mean, it's hard for me to get into a sport where every time somebody makes a good play, they call it a foul. I've never figured that out. But I tell you, I guess they are in the Final Four, which
Auburn is. How does that make you feel?
Well, I'm happy for them. That's wonderful.
Don't lie to me.
We're a football school.
You go to a football school. All right, let's talk this week, man. Good tournament for you this week.
Man, I had a great tournament. I mean, I really did. I'm really proud of how everything went, and I'm actually kind of a little bit proud of how I've done this week. And of course, didn't get many bites in practice, and I was telling my wife, if you get any bites today, I said, babe, I didn't get any bites today. And my grandbaby hollered, Coon, you always do better when you don't get no bites. I said, she's just 10, doesn't figure that out. So, but I did. I did catch one fish in practice. And it reminded me of a place that I fished back home, and for me to do good, or it seems like, it seems like when you go to all these lakes and you can find a little bit of something, you can compare it back home the way you was raised fishing, and it works out. It seemed to have a little success. And I found a little spot, and I saw the water was drawing. It was supposed to fall this week, and there was 2 logs in there, 2 trees laying in the water. Now I said, when this water goes to fall, and them fish might get on them 2 trees. I've seen it happen before. So I went in there the first morning, fished in 2 trees and didn't get a bite, but there was 2 more trees in there that I did. I caught, and I ended up catching 8 of the fish I weighed in this week out of 2 little trees. So I don't think it's any more in them now. So it's hard to believe you can have such a good tournament sometimes just finding so little. You think you have a bad practice, but one thing's for sure, you really don't never know how you look till you get your picture to it. And that's kind of how it worked out for me. And
wait, what? You really never know how you look until you get your picture took. I'm gonna have to use that.
Yeah, practice don't really tell how you're gonna do in a tournament. So anyway, this is a great crowd, man. We really appreciate y'all coming out. And this is really awesome. Y'all got a great lake. I would love to come back here 3 weeks later, Bill Taylor. It'd be pretty exciting. You can see them. It'd be an awesome event. But this turned out really well, and we kind of got to fish every condition, which helps make us better. We got to fish in shorts one day, in the rain, in the sleet, and then one day when we just put everything we could find, it wasn't dirty or wet. and that was the day. But it was really nice. I really enjoyed it, and I really appreciate y'all having us out here, and really hope we get to come back sometime.
Absolutely. Let's hear it for Alabama's Jamie Horton. Jamie, great tournament for you, man. Another cut for the Alabama pro, Jamie Horton. He's had a good start to a good year, and no stranger to the FLW Cup. On the road back to the Cup this year is Jamie Horton. All right, so 2 down. We've got 8 to go. Our next pro to weigh in is a former FLW Cup champion. He is a bass fishing millionaire, one of the best shallow water anglers in the world from DeBerry, Florida. Let's hear it for John Cox. All right, here we go, John Cox, man. John, we'll introduce your family here in a second, but let's get down to business first. John Cox, one of the best shallow water fishermen ever on the FLW Tour. There's number 1. On day 1, John weighed in 15 pounds and 15 ounces. Day 2, 19 pounds and 1 ounce. Had him 4 ounces off the lead. Yesterday was a little bit tougher. He weighed in 7.4, but still, coming into Championship Sunday, he was in 8th place with 42 pounds and 4 ounces of Grand Lake bass. To take the lead from Brian Thrift, you need 9.14. Your 3 weigh 9 even. If you've got 4 and 5, let's see them. Wow! And 5 bass winners for Florida's John Cox on Championship Sunday. It was a good day, John. A limit of bass for John Cox worth 17 pounds, 5 ounces. You got the lead, 59 pounds and 9 ounces of Grand Lake bass. Let's go talk about it. Great job taking care of your fish. Let me give that to them. There you go, because that's, I can give them the check later if you want me to.
Right. Oh man, it was an awesome day. I mean, I really fished this area really hard, couldn't get anything going, and Brad sent me these Berkeley crankbaits at the beginning of the year. He's like, just try them, and I'm not a big crankbait person, and then I tied them off, and they were choking it.
Oh gosh, that's awesome, man. Tell us about them a little bit.
It was awesome. All it is a it's a square bill. It's 1.5, and it's just it's silent, and it's just, man, they were just inhaling it.
Good stuff. Key color?
It was oh gosh, I don't know. It was like a shad color. I mean, you guys will have to check it out on FLW's website.
We will see it.
So, but it was just. I haven't caught many fish on crankbaits in a day when I was reeling that thing, and it was just like it got cut off, and I'd have to reel down it. I mean, it was just. This place is amazing. I mean, it's just awesome. I mean, all you guys here, and we just hit it kind of funny, but I mean, this place has got them big time.
Absolutely. We watched you yesterday. You were so cold. I know you said you missed some bites yesterday because you really couldn't feel your hands. I think you couldn't feel anything basically from the neck down. But today it warmed up some. These fish are moving up. I know this place is going to be fishing awesome in just a few weeks from now. But a great comeback for you today, man. This is your time, John. Any final words for a huge, huge crowd or anybody watching anywhere in the FLW universe?
Well, I want to just thank all my sponsors and stuff. I mean, without them, I want to be here. I want to thank my girlfriend.
Your biggest sponsor. What's going on? Who are these ladies here?
Savannah, Lily, and Melissa. And I'm so glad they got to come, and I'm glad my cousin Michael showed up.
There you go.
And
always good to have some family around.
Yeah, so it's just awesome. I hope we get to come back here. Town was great, everything. I mean, really enjoyed the week, and just look forward to come back.
Love this guy, true sportsman. Thank you so much, John Cox. You're in the lead. We're going to bring you back up here in just a minute. If you can maintain that lead, ladies, we'll see you. Absolutely. We'll give you the check. We know where it goes. All right, we've got 3 down so far. 3 good ones. We got a new leader now, but Brian Thrift will have the final say in this weigh-in. So here we go. Next to the stage. Next to the stage, he's from Hickson, Tennessee. He comes into this event leading the Polaris Rookie of the Year points race. He is 5th overall in the Angler of the Year points race for that coveted title. Let's hear it from Miles Berghoff. In his rookie year, he's already made several cuts with us and a lot of money. He comes into today in 5th place in the points race. The Polaris Rookie of the Year points leader, Miles Sonar Berghoff, had 19-12 on day 1, 19-12 on day 1, 9-2 on day 2, and 13-9 on day 3. Had him in 7th place with 42 pounds, 7 ounces. All right, so here's what I can tell you. You're going to need to dethrone John Cox 17 pounds and 2 ounces. How many do you have in the bag?
I've got 5.
Let's get this party started. Here we go. Number 1, good solid keeper for Miles Berghoff. We'll hold each one of them up for the folks watching on FLW Live. Number 2 is another solid keeper. Good job taking care of your fish. These fish in water, a bag of water. Number 3 is a good one. All right, so hold on. You've got 3 worth 7 pounds and 7 ounces. So your last 2 fish, 4 and 5, have got to make up about 9.5 pounds. You need the kickers. Wow! Take them all the way front and center, Miles, front and center. A 5-bass limit for Miles Sonar Berghoff. The kickers. Here we go. You know this is still going to be close. You know this is going to be close. All right, John Cox. Hold on out there. Looking for 17-2 for the lead. A 5-bass limit for Miles Berghoff. Worth 18 pounds, 12 ounces. You got the lead. 61 pounds, 3 ounces in 4 days on Grand Lake. It's your weight ticket. Woo! Close one.
Yeah, that was a close one. You know, today started off a lot slower than normal. You know, I just wasn't feeling it. I was hitting a lot of docks with my spinnerbait this morning. Mechanically, was not working out for me, but really started to, once the sun got up and the wind kind of calmed down, things really started rolling real quick, and I made some good decisions, fished really well, and you know, through that Z-Man sling blade spinnerbait, I've got a number 5 Colorado blade on it, and just really slow rolling that around spawning areas where they're going to spawn, but not quite yet. Obviously, that big fish is a pre-spawn fish.
No doubt about it. Did you get on these fish in practice? Walk us through this event, man.
All right, so during practice, I had the first day, I went, you know, directly to the area that I ended up fishing primarily, and caught them pretty good. I had about 14 pounds that first day, and I said, oh, well, you know, Grand Lake's going to show up this week. And then the next 2 days, I had 0 bites. And I wasn't just like running away from fish, trying to you know, just kind of leave some fish alone. I was actually fishing for them. I was trying to my darndest to catch them, and didn't catch any fish in 2 days. And then during the first day of the tournament, I knew that seeing the weather patterns, that it would kind of work in my favor, and I'd be able to get some fish up during the off day. And so that's exactly what happened. And that first day was just magical, man. I had 19-12, and I just realized that I'm only pound away with that bag. So it's just been spectacular. You know, I've been running around. You know, one thing that a lot of people come up to me and ask me about is my Z19. I run a Nitro Z19. It's a 19-foot boat. Don't let anybody tell you you can't compete at the top level out of a 19-foot rig. So if you're looking for a good boat for a good price, check out the Z19.
There you go, man. All right, before I let you go, you are coming into this event, you are in 5th place, Angler of the Year points race. This is the road to Hot Springs, 4.5 hours away, the FLW Cup. But let's just talk just for a second about the last 3 events. You got this momentum train going. I know you like to fish a little bit deeper, clear stuff too. You're very versatile. Gut feeling, man. You gonna fish this thing out? We're taking a shot now, not only at the Polaris Rookie of the Year title, but the AOI, the Angler of the Year title, man. That's got to be playing in your mind with 3 events left.
It is. It's motivating me. I'm really excited about being in contention for it, and that's really what you want. You know, all of us competitors, we just want an opportunity to have a shot at AOI and Rookie of the Year. You know, you can only get Rookie of the Year once in your career, and so that's really my goal is to focus on that, and really it's just all about that next bite at the next event. So that's all I can do is just put my nose down and just work hard.
There you go. Final words for an awesome crowd. Anybody watching you back in Tennessee or anywhere in the FLW universe?
Yeah, I want to, again, yesterday I said hi to my family. I want to say hi to my family. Katie, I love you. Oh my gosh.
Is that a surprise?
Yes.
Come on up here. Absolutely. Oh, this is cool. Hey, look, I'm not crying. I got allergies going on. Things are blooming, and things are blooming. Hey, look, man, it's allergy season. Really, I'm just sick.
Oh, just all of a sudden got the allergies. They hit me. That is awesome. This is my wife, Katie. Here.
She's got allergies too.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, anyways, the last thing I want to say is thank you, Grove. You guys have a great town. This is a great place to have a tournament, and Grand Lake is spectacular. It's got a lot of great big fish in it. So thank you guys for sharing your lake this week.
Here's your new leader, Miles Burgoff. Don't go far. You can be right back up here in just a few minutes. That is what it's all about right there. That is cool. All right, so we got a new leader now, and we've still got 6 guys left. So next to the stage.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's from National Underground from the house, and I stop the ground like a millionaire.
Here we go from Belton, South Carolina. He is fresh off his first FLW Tour win. He won just 3 weeks ago in Bainbridge, Georgia at Lake Seminole. B-Lat Brian Latimer. Let's give it up for B-Lat. We got to watch B-Lat today. Had some drone footage of B-Lat fishing out there. Didn't have a mic on you, but it was good stuff, man. So you got 11.6 out of the gates on day 1, 21 pounds 5 ounces on day 2. 10 pounds 9 ounces yesterday was good enough for 6th place. In 3 days, you've amassed 43 pounds and 4 ounces. So here we go. Miles Burgoff has kind of raised the bar a little bit. B-Lat, you're going to need 17 pounds 15 ounces to knock him out and put yourself in contention for back-to-back wins. You ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's go. Here we go. One at a time. Fish number 1 is on its way. For South Carolina's Brian Latimer, a good one. It's number 1. All right, so 1. It's a good start.
That's all I got. That's all she wrote for me today.
FLW Steve Sizemore. They're still in the butt tub, right, Steve? Here we go. One today that goes 3.8, keeps you in 6th place with 46 pounds 12 ounces. All right, so we'll get that fish to the release boat. Good catch today. Hey man, one of those days, but back-to-back championship Sundays. It's going to be another good payday, and you're making some valuable points for the FLW Cup.
Yeah, no doubt. I got to tell you, when I saw this lake on the schedule last July, it was the one I was most excited about because I knew it was a lot like home. You know, it's a pattern lake. It's got rocks. We go to a lot of places that I consider not normal lakes. You know, they got tides or they got grass, they flats and depressions. We go to very few lakes that are just straightforward. You know, rocks, points, pockets, and then put your bank on the boat and go. So I was excited about getting here. So even though today was tough, I was glad to put together a decent week and make the top 10 here.
You were definitely fishing a different kind of rock, I think, than the rest of the guys. The rest of the guys were really keying in on docks. You put your boat, like you said, against the rocks. We got that drone footage of you, really good stuff on FLW Live, but you're kind of parallel on the banks. Made it paid off. Different, it paid off.
Yeah. So, you know, on day 1, I first of all, practice was drama-filled. I didn't catch but 5 fish in 3 days of practice, so I was pretty discouraged coming into the tournament, and then I was just thankful to get those 3 bites on day 1. That really salvaged my tournament. And then we kicked them in the head on day 2. Had a pretty good day then. Yeah, 21 on day 2, and I was cranking. I caught all my fish cranking this week, and using a bait that I helped design for Bill Lewis called the MR6. It's a mid-range diving crankbait, flat-sided. It's kind of got some of the you know, some of the stuff that looks like a little balsa wood bait, but it throws a lot better. It's got a tungsten bearing in it that lets you get it way out there. So you know how frustrating it is to throw a balsa bait. And I caught some on that, and also on a handmade plug this week too. So it was just a good week doing what I like to do, which was cranking and spinnerbait. I used to run a landscaping company when I was a teenager. Well, really, it's the only job I ever had other than fishing is a landscaping company, and so I fished a lot during the winter and spring, and so that's why I was looking so forward to this tournament. I've spent a lot of time with a spinnerbait and crankbait in my hands just because I always fished in the wintertime.
Absolutely, man. It set up well for you, and you knocked it down, man. They teed it up for you, you knocked it down, and hey, one of the best crowning moments we've ever had on the FLW Tour, man. Your win at Seminole was awesome. Did you guys see this guy win? That was cool. One of the best crowning moments ever. You're blowing up social media right now. Before I let you go, this is your time. Any thank yous you want to give anybody in the crowd, anybody watching you back in Belton on FLW Live?
Absolutely. First of all, I got to thank my wife If y'all from the country, you know what that is. That means the person I married, wife. Yeah, I think my wife and my 2 kids. I've got a 4-month-old and a 6-year-old Brevin. They're just my world. I can't wait to get back to them. And of course, my parents. They got to come to Seminole. I was so glad that they got to see me win. You know, I didn't know if a win was going to come, you know, in a year or 20 years or 30 years. You don't know how long it takes to do that. It's a big deal for me anyway to get that under my belt in just a couple of years. So thankful for them, and of course all my sponsors that prepare everything. I never have any mechanical breakdowns. I always got the equipment I need. I never have to really buy baits anymore. I always have everything I need when I come to these tournaments, and that's a big deal for me.
Absolutely. He is on fire. Let's hear it for South Carolina's Brian Latimer. Payday from Brian Latimer today. Again, this event presented by Mercury, and we are halfway finished. So at this time, before we call up our next angler, need to invite Miles Sonar Berghoff back to the stage. We'll get Miles Berghoff on his way up here. We're going to put him in the Mercury boat hot seat. We have got 5 left. So at this time, let's bring up number 5.
Oh, it's all I know, all I know, all I know is
Here we go. He is from Summerville, South Carolina. He won the 2017 FLW Coastal Championship on Kentucky Lake in 6 FLW Tour events. He's finished in the top 10 3 times. So this is his rookie year on tour, his second top 10 back-to-back. He had a top 10 last year at the FLW Cup. Let's hear it for the South Carolina Pro, Bradford Beavers. All right, Bradford, here we go. Before you weigh in, these fish are good in a bag full of water. They're healthy. 19 pounds on day 1 for South Carolina's Bradford Beavers. 15-15 on day 2, and 9-7 yesterday. Had you in 5th place with 44 pounds and 6 ounces. To take the lead from Miles Berghoff, you need 16 pounds, 13 ounces. How many fish do you have?
I've got a limit.
Here we go. Miles, you may want to check this out. Let's see number 1. Number 1's just a keeper. Number 1's a keeper. Oh, you come on up. Absolutely, come on up. He was trying to peek in your bag to see if you really had 5. There's 2. Number 2's a good one. Number 3 is a good one. All right, so looking for 16, 13. Pull out number 4. Number 4 is a good one. All right, you're 4 fish. You're up to 10 pounds and 4 ounces. So number 5's got to be a 6-pounder. That's fine. Number 5, a 5 bass limit for Bradford Beavers. All right, so may not take the lead, but a solid limit on Championship Sunday. 5, that'll go. 13 pounds, 14 ounces, moves you from 5th to 3rd. A good job today, Bradford. In 6 events with the FLW Tour, 3 top 10s. Yeah, that never gets old.
Yeah, it never gets old. After you have a bad tournament, having a good one, man, it really makes you feel a lot better.
Absolutely, that's a pick-me-up, man. How'd you catch your fish this week? Break it down on Grand Lake.
First of all, practice was obviously real tough. I caught 2 keepers in practice, and the last day of practice I caught a 4-pounder up in Elk River, and that's where I've been within a mile, in a 1 mile stretch of Elk River all 4 days, so I've gotten to know it real well. But as on the windy days, I had to throw a shaky head, something with some weight on it. And on the days like this, if it would slick off and get sunny, they really would eat a weightless wacky rig Senko. I know it's boring to fish, but 10-pound test, it would work. And if I slowed down enough, I mean, sometimes you'd have to make repeated casts, 20, 30 casts to one spot, and then you'd get one to eat. But that's what I did all week, and it was a lot of patience, and it was very time consuming. You couldn't cover a lot of water, but it got me up here, so I'm happy.
Absolutely, it did, man. Let's just talk about your progression through the FLW circuits, man, from the TH Marine BFL all the way through the Costa Series. He has qualified for the FLW Cup twice through the Costa Series, including a win at the Costa Series Championship, Kentucky Lake 2017, and now fishing the dream, the FLW Tour, and doing well, man. FLW setting that up for you.
Yeah, they definitely have the best system. I mean, it is straightforward. Do this, do that, and you're right here. So I was thinking about this yesterday. My sophomore year of college, I signed up for my very first FLW tournament. I just remember sitting in the dorm room, looking at it. It's $200 entry fee. I was doing it online, added it to my cart. I said, let me think about this. $200 is a lot of money. So I walked around and thought about it, come back and refreshed, and eventually it took me about 3 hours, but I finally hit the submit button, and I thought, man, I am in deep now. So
Go in, baby.
that was about 8 years ago, so I've come a long way in 8 years. I used to think $200 was going to really break me, but man, I am, talk about deep now, I'm in the hole. I can't even see light.
Well, I guarantee you this, man. You keep making these top 10 championship Sundays, you're going to be way ahead because you are doing well, man.
Yeah, I hope I can keep it going. You know, this is all momentum. When you're in the hole, you just can't get out of it. But when things are going right, you just can't make bad decisions. So I'm looking forward to Cherokee for sure.
Absolutely, back-to-back top 10s. Any final words for a huge crowd today? Anybody watching you on FLW Live?
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for coming out. I know yesterday was tough for everybody. But yeah, my friends and family, they've been supporting me through this, and I've got a lot of people that support me. I've got catcher lures. It's their shaky head I've been throwing. A lot of people just put a small little 2 or 3-aught hook in their shaky heads. They put 5-aughts and everything. That really helps get a little extra bite in them. Dobbins rods, TH Marine, power poles. Let me tell you, I know Oklahoma, you wouldn't think power poles would be a big thing. Come down to Florida, I mean, that's all you hear is power poles. I caught 99% of my fish this week with my power poles down. So, I mean, it's a big, I know a lot of people don't run them around here, but they can really come in handy when you're on those mud flats for sure, especially when you have a day like yesterday.
That wins, Alan. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm just glad I had 2 of them. But yeah, but other people, you know, I strike. They're just getting into the freshwater fishing industry. But they've got a lot of stuff that I think is really going to come into play at Cherokee. So I'm looking forward to it.
There you go. He moves from 5th to 3rd. Let's hear it for South Carolina's Bradford Beavers. In 6 FLW Tour events, 3 championship Sundays. Then we've got 4 left. How you feeling over there, Sonar? You good? You good? Everything's good? You look comfortable, man. Yeah, that's going to change here in just a minute. I'm teasing. You're doing well, sir. All right, let's bring up our 4th place pro. Here we go from Centurion GP South Africa. He's a former FLW International Division champion in the Costa Series. That qualified him 2 years ago for last year's FLW Cup. He is a rookie on the FLW Tour, all the way from South Africa. This is his 4th event. He makes a top 10 championship Sunday. Let's hear it for Michael Matee. All right, we're going to see who's with you here in just a second. And your fish are good in the water. On day 1, Michael Matee from South Africa weighed in 9 pounds and 3 ounces. Day 2, 19-13. Yesterday, 15-15. In 3 days, he's amassed 44 pounds and 15 ounces of Lake Cherokee, or excuse me, Grand Lake bass. There we go. We get it. Grand Lake of the Cherokee bass. So here we go. You need to dethrone Miles Sonar Berghoff, 16 pounds and 4 ounces. 16.4. How many do you have?
I've got 5 fish.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go, bud.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Michael Matee, former International Division champion. There's number 1. His 4th FLW Tour event. A rookie. He makes a top 10 championship Sunday. Number 2. It is a good one. Comes into today in 4th place. We got to watch him on FLW Live today. Number 3 is a good one. Okay, hang on before you pull out 4 and 5. Your 3 fish weigh 9 pounds, 14 ounces to take out Miles Berghoff, you need to get to 16.4. So 2 good ones. Let's see number 4. There you go. Hang on. Hang on. Don't pull her out yet. You're 4. You're up to 12.13. You need to get to 16.4. So you need a 3.5 pounder. A 5 wins. And the Russian television, Michael Matee from South Africa. 5 today. Got to watch him on FLW Live. All right, here we go. You need 16.4 to dethrone Miles Sonar Berghoff. Your limit of bats worth, new leader, 17 pounds, 32 ounces. You're up to 62 pounds, 12 ounces. Let's go talk about it. Yeah, you gotta shake hands. Go ahead, Miles. Absolutely. It's a sportsman's sport. Let's move over here to the center of the stage and let's knock out the most important line of business first. Who do you have with you?
That's Renal, my wife.
There we go. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. Nobody is probably gonna listen to anything you're gonna say. They're just gonna listen to how you're gonna say it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because you got the coolest accent ever, right? Hey, listen to me. I'm teasing about that. You got it done on Championship Sunday. We got 3 guys left. You're in contention for an FLW Tour win.
Yeah, I had fun today. My fish keep on moving, and today I just figured them out again, and they were super shallow. We just had to wait for that sun to come up, and I got all my fish on a spinnerbait. So I had a good fun, and thank you, everyone.
Absolutely. Hey, we all want to hear you say shallow one more time.
Shallow.
Hey, listen, I'm going to give her the weight ticket. Talk to us, man. You're a rookie. You're on the FLW Tour. You've been to the FLW Cup through the International Division win. And seeing Grand Lake of the Cherokee for the first time in your life this week. All these venues are brand new for you. What is life like on the FLW Tour for an International Division angler?
Very tough. I got beaten badly on the first few competitions, and yeah, I'm just glad this competition had gelled for me, and that I could put a decent pack together. And I just stuck to my guns, and that's what paid off.
What is hey, real quick? What's the fisheries like in South Africa compared to the States?
We got a lot smaller fisheries, but fishing's a bit easier, I guess, because I grew up there, so I understand the fisheries a bit better. But I'm getting to understand these a bit better. So yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. These fishers are here. We're in a transition on this lake right now. It's going to show out in about 3 or 4 weeks, but you guys still put it together and caught them well. All right, so it's your time. You're in contention for the win. So before you leave, you're going to go right there to the hot seat in the Mercury boat. This event presented by Mercury, but it is your time. Anyone you want to give a shout out to? This huge crowd for anybody watching you anywhere in the FLW universe on FLW Live, including South Africa, where it's probably what, the middle of the night.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Hey, everyone at home. Thanks everyone of Grove for coming. You got a cool venue.
Love this guy's passion, man. He gets emotional. I love it. Michael, you got the hot seat and your lovely wife. All right, we got 3 guys left. 3 guys left. Again, this event presented by Mercury. 3 guys left. We're getting close to making some television. All right, so our next angler. Here we go. From Mayflower, Arkansas, he has made 4 top 30s in a row. This is his first top 10 Championship Sunday of the year. Had 19.9 on day 1, 12.9 on day 2, and 14.10 yesterday. Good enough for 3rd place with 46 pounds, 12 ounces. Let's hear it for Arkansas's Billy McCaggard. Love that song. It's a great song. All right, man, listen. We've seen the bar raised a few times today. We got to watch you on FLW Live the last couple days. What you did with that spinnerbait, and just the way you conduct yourself on the water is a true class act and a real testament to this great game of bass fishing. But you're going to need to knock out South Africa's Michael Matee. You need 16 even. We'll weigh in 1 at a time. You know how this game's played, Billy. Here we go. Take them out of the water. Put them on the scale, sir. We'll see who's with you here in just a minute. This young man. Number 1's a good one. Yep. Bouncing around in there. number 2, and you can show them off to the folks watching on FLW Live. Michael, that's a good one. That's a good one, Michael. That's a good one. Number 3. Wow! That's another, Michael. That's another good one. Another good one, Michael. All right, you got 3 in there before you pull out 4 and 5. You're wanting to get to 16 even. All right, put yourself in contention for the win. You're up over 11 pounds right now. Let's see 4 and 5 together.
Unfortunately, I didn't get 4 and 5 today.
Cha-ching. There you go, Michael. There you go. Michael Matee's reaction is priceless. 3 bass for Billy McCagron, worth 11 pounds, 5 ounces. All right, that moves you to 5th. Let's go talk about it, man. 3 good ones. All right, I'm gonna give that to him. How's that? I know you got some wet hands there. We got Quaker State towels back there if you need them. But let's who do you got here with you?
This is Callan. This is my 7-year-old baseball playing son.
That's what it's all about right there. He's probably your best fishing partner too, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, and he's supposed to tell you this. He's a little shy. He just told Bill last summer, him and myself and my dad was fishing a little lake at home, and he's caught lots of fish in his life, but he caught 2 6-pounders in one day by himself.
Pretty good stuff right there. Pretty good stuff. Well, Billy, talk to us about a special week, man. You made 4 top 30s, man, in the first 4 events on the FLW Tour. Great start. But this one, your best one yet, a top 10, and you're trying to close the gap in that Angler of the Year points race on Terry Bolton.
Yeah, I'm doing my best. It seems like every time I have a really good week or blessed week, he catches them too. And all these guys, you know, at the top, they just keep catching them. You know, this is really, you know, it's a special tournament for me. I don't live but like 4 hours from here. I got a lot of friends from up here in the Grove area. I actually almost moved in a few years ago. I spent probably every weekend from October to December up here, just idling the lake, looking at it. And looking back, I know where almost every rock on the whole lake is, but I may have been fishing a little bit more because the only places I've caught them is where I actually caught them before when I was here. So make a note of that. Those Garmins are awfully fun just to ride around and look at that side image and the mark stuff, but you might ought to stop and turn the live scope on and see where those fish actually are and catch a few of them so you can come back and catch them.
Absolutely. Well, Grand Lake's been good to you, man. And hey, listen, a great crowd here to watch you guys today, man. Awesome crowd. A lot of people watching on FLW Live. This is your time. Who you want to give a shout out to?
Well, if everybody out there watching, all my sponsors, they've been so good to me. You know, they've stuck with me through thick and thin. I'm glad I'm actually able to get up here on stage, you know, like I have this year for those guys. And they know who they are. I don't want to take up too much time and list all of them. I do want to tell you guys, I caught all my fish this week on 3 baits. One of them was a handmade flat-sided crankbait. You know, I used it on a Phoenix X10 and an X11 cranking rod. When I said I wanted to cast like Brian over there, I run like 4 or 5 of those crankbaits because I kept hitting those stupid wires. So I was like, if I could just slide it under like Brian, I know I would probably have a chance to win this tournament. And then I caught a few key fish on a jig that I got to design for Talon, and it's even got my name, the Billy Mac jig. I caught the big one the first day on it, and I catch a key fish each day, you know. Those guys have been with me since I started. I've never mentioned these guys on stage, but H2O Sports, it's a marine dealership. They actually sponsored me before I made it to the professional level, and they've been with me the whole time, and I want to say a big thanks to those guys. Actually, my family, a lot of my family got to come out, so I don't have to tell them how. The guys, my brother and guys I work with at home, let me take off all this time. I really appreciate it, guys, and hopefully I'll be up here next time.
There you go. He's got that momentum train rolling in the right direction. Let's hear it for Billy McCagron and his hard work. 4 top 30s, now a top 10 championship Sunday, and doing well in the Angler of the Year points race. And then there were 2 left, Michael Matee, 2 left. Who's next? Here we go. Jeremy is a former TA Spring VFL All-American champion. He's made a lot of money with FLW. He's been to the top 10 championship Sunday at the FLW Cup. Let's hear it from Missouri's Jeremy Lawyer. All right, Jeremy, here we go, man. Before we start, wait a minute, we'll read your stat line for the week. Day one, out of the gates, you had 12 pounds, 8 ounces. But day two, 18 pounds, 13 ounces. Yesterday, 17.9. Had you in second place behind one of the best in the world, Brian Thrift. 48 pounds, 14 ounces in 3 days. To dethrone South Africa's Michael Matee, the rookie from the International Division, you need 13 pounds and 14 ounces. How many do you have?
I've got 5, but whew, this is gonna be close.
Here we go. Let's do this. You and I have done this before, several times. My biggest fan's on the stage, by the way. Just the keeper. Yep, that's the keeper. Number 2. Nothing to be too concerned about yet, Michael. Number 3. Pull out number 4. Number 4 is better. All right, before you pull out number 5, your 4 weigh 813. So number 5 has got to be 5 pounds and 1 ounce. You need the kicker, Jeremy Lawyer. Wow! Jeremy Lawyer finds the kicker. Oh, this is going to be close. You just come watch it with me. This is going to be so close. He said, get your hand off of it. We're making some television. You need 13 pounds, 14 ounces for the lead and to put yourself in contention for the win versus Brian Thrift. 5 today. Michael, you watching? Jeremy, you watching? 5 today, looking for 13, 14. Worth. 13 pounds, 14 ounces. Exactly. You got the lead. Wow! I love this game, man.
Take it to the front. You should have let me put a drop of water in there. That about gave me a heart attack.
It wasn't going to help, man, I promise. Listen to me. You needed every ounce of that kicker. You needed every ounce of every fish, including the line burner.
Oh, man, I'm telling you what. You talk about it right there. It doesn't get any closer than that. I mean, I was sweating it now. Whew.
Michael Matee from South Africa moves to second place. A great run for him. You've got good news and bad news, right? You got the lead. That's the great news. You're in contention for the win. Can finish no lower than second. The challenging news is there's one guy left, and it's Brian Thrift.
The worst guy in the field.
You're right. The best in the world, man.
Oh, I'm telling you what, this day's turned out pretty good so far. I had a lot of things go my way every day of the tournament, including right here at weigh-in, And to do well in one of these events against the best in the world, you got to have that stuff, I swung a 3-pounder over the side today, and she landed in the bottom of the boat and come off, and just things, that definitely, I caught a 5-pounder on day 2 that bit my blades, and I snagged it on the bottom coming in with my trailer hook and got it, and I mean, just things just kind of kept happening this week that put me in this position right here, they claim preparation and everything's put you there when it cross paths, but I don't know what it was, but I'm tickled to death to be standing here right now, but I wish it wasn't Brian Thrift.
I hear you. It's going to be fun, man. We're going to make some television with our crowning moment, but hey, I know you got who knows how this thing's going to turn out? I know you got some people you want to thank. You're a Mercury Pro. They got that new motor's great, man, and it's kind of one of those things. This event presented by Mercury. We'll give them plenty of love, but got a whole lot of people that make this train go.
Yeah, you know, before I thank my sponsors, I want to thank the service crews. The last couple events, I've just had a couple little things that needed fixed, Lowrance and Mercury and that. Those guys, they jump right on it and take care of you. You know, without them, you know, you couldn't do it and everything. But yeah, no doubt, you know, Bass Pro, Cabela's, Ranger boats. You know, yesterday, that's why you own a Ranger boat, because when it's time to go to the dam area, you roll with it, you know. Now, they were big and it took a while, but, you know, you just have the quality of knowing that Ranger's going to get you down there and get you back, you know. It's just everything, you know, from your electronics being Lowrance, you know, they got the new live scope coming out, you know, Lew's, Sunline, you know, this week I throwed that 7.6 Lew's heavy cover rod with a magnesium on it, a slow gear ratio, because I wanted that spinner bait very, very going down those ledges. You know, I was close to the bank, I wasn't making very long casts, so it's really hard for me not to wind real fast. And so I went with a real low gear ratio, 25-pound Sunline shooter, and you know, I just whipped it around. The Freedom swing head spinnerbait was really good. I throwed a Nichols, I throwed a homemade one, but the biggest key was I had 3 or 4 on the deck that had 3 or 4 different kinds of wires. They all had Hildebrandt blades, but they all had different colors. You know, and I really kind of probably get a little bit overwhelmed with the spinnerbait, but when everybody's going to throw it, I feel like you get different vibrations. I don't really care about the color of the skirt as much as the vibration, the wire putting off, what your blades are doing, the weight of it, you know, and you know, today I started out with 5 spinnerbaits on the deck just because I was trying to adjust for what the water was cleaning up, you know, and it just seemed like this week I made great decisions, you know, I throwed around, you know, a jack jig in practice and a live target tee and crawl crankbait, all kinds of different things, and I caught a few fish or got a few bites doing all that. But from history on the lake and what we've done, you know, team fishing here for years and stuff, that spinnerbait just gets you them better bites. And you know, I just had 6 or 7 bites the first 2 days each, and then yesterday I had 6 again, and today I just had 5. So it's not like it was a barn burner, but you know, I kind of just got hunkered down and stayed put, and I did have a little deal where I stretched out a couple of times and tried to get something else rolling in a different area, and it just didn't happen. So I went back and thought in the afternoon I was gonna roll something up, but it just didn't work out that way. But no, I mean, you know, I want to thank everybody for coming out. I think half the town of Sircoxie's here. You know, and I want to thank the guys at Sircoxie. They handle everything while I'm gone, you know, and it's a great town. I've been the city manager for 20 years there, and you know, it's just one of them little places you call home, and we got a lot going on with the community. But you know, it's a big support. I mean, you see them all standing out here right now. You know, they were waiting at the boat ramp. You know, and I had some good friends follow me around for 2 or 3 days, and people yelling at me from houses to go get them, you know, and I mean, it was just an awesome.
I saw that on FLW Live. You were talking with that one guy. Yeah, and you did a great job on FLW Live too, man. That thing's changing the sport. We got to watch you catch a lot of fish today. But yeah, it seems like you're real comfortable on Grand Lake.
Well, you know, no doubt anytime you're somewhere that you fished a bunch, you're gonna be, you know, and at Seminole last event, I never felt any more lost in my life. I might as well have been in downtown New York City. So, I mean, when I said after that experience, there's no way I will feel a tournament any more lost than I was there, and I managed to catch 5 both days, you know, by just kind of hunkering down. But, you know, I really felt like that I was fishing some of the best water, and I shared a bunch of it with Billy McCagran and some different guys throughout the deal, but I just felt like there wasn't any reason to get to running around because I felt like I was in some of the most productive, and it just kind of worked out this time.
There we go. Before I let you go, this is my biggest fan in the world right here. This is my people right here. Who do we got here with you? Because she listened to me. She's been with you since, man, she is shooting up, by the way. Yeah, she's growing fast.
I found some BFL pictures the other day where I was holding her, you know, and everything. So
I remember those days.
Yeah, she was a little bitty, you know, and you know, fishing in my family's been a big part of it since I was born. My grandparents, great grandparents, you know, and they were good fishermen. They might have been just meat hunters, but they were good fishermen, you know, so we just grew up that way. And I mean, no different than her. She's come along on the tournament trail and just gets out there, but she loves FLW, and they put the camera in her face and she sometimes goes, but other than that, you know, she really likes the whole experience, you know, and so we just try to keep her going in the right direction.
Family deal when it comes to the lawyers. Let me give her a hug. This is my biggest fan in the world right here. Love this girl. You have got the lead, man. You got the lead on the tiebreaker. Good job to you. Don't go anywhere, Jeremy, because we've got 1 angler left. division right now. So we need you to get loud and proud for us when we call our champion. He's a two-time Angler of the Year, a bass fishing millionaire, 6 wins on the FLW Tour. And this week, he's crushed them. 16-12 on day 1, 16-2 on day 2, and 19-3, the biggest bag on a miserable, cold, windy day 3. Caught the heaviest bag yesterday. Had him in first place by about 3 pounds with 52 pounds and 1 ounce, 52-1. He's the last angler to weigh in, so we're gonna ask our leader to come back to the stage now. His fish are good in the water. It's Jeremy Lawyer, former TH Marine BFL All-American champion, versus the best in the world, Shelby, North Carolina's Brian Thrift. And your fish are good in the water. Any last words before we get this thing started? You could win $125,000 again, Brian.
I'm ready to get this fish weighed in and get on the road.
We're gonna see what he's got. All right, Brian.
Spoiler alert there.
Spoiler alert. Let's see what you got, man. Put them on the scales. Show that off. Number 1 is a good one. Watch you catch that one first thing this morning. 1 is a good one.
Yeah, that fish lied to me this morning. I caught that fish about a little bit after 8 on a jig, and I'm like, oh man, I'm good. I can fish docks the rest of the day, and I'm gonna throw this jig and I'm gonna catch them. About 12 o'clock, I had to abandon that game plan because I had not had another bite, and lucky for me, my second game plan wasn't any good either. That's the only fish I've got.
That is it for Brian Thrift. Here we go and make this official. 1 fish that goes 4 pounds and 6 ounces. Your champion is Missouri's Jeremy Lawyer. Give it a championship Sunday. $125,000 richer. And 2%. The winner's check. The Director of Tournament Operations of FLW and the FLW Tour Tournament Director, Mr. Bill Taylor. Bill?
Jeremy, I know you won the BFL All-American, but there's some more to go with you. Congratulations on behalf of Mercury and FLW. You're a good man, son. We appreciate you. Thank you.
$125,000 richer. This event presented by Mercury. There you go, Abby, get that up there. It's a family deal when it comes to the Lawyers.
So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it's almost an hour long, but I know some of you guys can't watch the FLW, and I'm sorry about the people in the background, but just doing a quick outro. Hope you guys enjoyed. Smash the like button, subscribe. I had a great time at the weigh-in. It was my first time ever going to an FLW weigh-in, so it's pretty good. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.